Yeah, well,
good point.
Can you look
a bit silly here?
Like one of the best teams in the world against the other best teams.
Listen, you also said, hey, maybe this is the first time they enter the battlefield. Don't you remember those first 6 rounds of Overpass? I thought those were close.
Good point. I've seen a lot of teams win games by putting in a good 6 rounds of work. It's,
I'm gonna need you to get sharper, Jason.
It is excellent. Stack in middle for the defense. SunPayus, easy kill as he crouches. That's when Madden springs. And there's even a third player who's not been required just yet. There goes Martinez.
Okay, well, it is going from bad to worse here. Not a single lick of damage inflicted. It's a 5 versus 1 Adam S. He just can't believe what has happened there. The mid approach is completely shut down. ENCE dominate once again. 2 frags for Snappy, 2 frags for SunPayus. All 5 survive. It's the idyllic start here for the international squad.
That's a pistol round from the best Anubis team in the world.
Luckily, you know what they say. Pistol rounds actually don't count.
Okay.
It's not Counter-Strike. So we've entered that realm of existence.
We're changing the rules of this conversation.
We must move goalposts every step of the way because we're trying, again, remember, Jason, your goal of this game, silver linings.
It's okay. Yeah.
All right. So what have we got, Movistar? It's going to be the force buy. No bomb planted, of course, here, but they've got Deagles, Tech9, some Kevlar as well. Martinez, an incredibly difficult encounter here towards the dark room. That was his chance to open things up. Doesn't connect the shots. And now, what's the next move here? You've confirmed you're up against a force buy. You've got the advantage in the weaponry, the utility, everything you need. An absolutely stunning grenade there through the A window. Takes Martinez down to 28 points of health. He's got no Kevlar, bear in mind.
No Kevlar.
That's what he said.
Well, it's nice and slow. Stuck behind smokes. No steps forward for Movistar at the moment as the utility is deployed. Addressing towards the A-bomb site. They're going to wait for this smoke to fade. They've got a couple of flashbangs, a couple of smokes to put out, but will it be enough against these M4s?
So what have we got? It's going to be the smoke towards heaven, connector, a couple of flashes in, deep breath, and hope that you can smother the bomb site here. There's only one CT lying in wait, but what a CT player it is. Diha, defensive towards the heaven, will call for the rotations here, but he might not need any help whatsoever. Massive spray down. Diha with 4, finishing in style as well. That's the force buy, completely pushed back as ENCE post another clean round. 5 players survive.
Damn, man. We had that pregame with SunPayus. He said, I've never been with someone like NertZ. The potential on him is immense. We'll talk about Diha, an above 1.9 rating back on Overpass to start this series. How many times was he tested inside of that B site just to get smacked back? Every time Movistar thought they had an exit going, Diha had other ideas. So for him to just get that quick 4-piece here in the second round of Anubis, a sign of things to come.
Yeah, he came to play today. And that was an investment from Movistar. Now they just have to sit back on Deagles.
Yeah, well, round 3, they are yet supposed to kill. And it doesn't get any better from here. They're full eco now. It's NertZ with the opening frag. Once again, takes down Mopos. They've got the Deagles, a couple of P250s, but no grenades, no Kevlar. Just a matter of time before this round is given over to ENCE once again. But can they keep the streak alive? 5 players alive in the first 2 rounds. It would be unthinkable to think they keep this one up, but we'll see if Movistar Riders can even make a dent here. It's SunPayus to be tested next, and the perfect position to deal with Alex. No problem at all.
Yeah, nothing they can work with, man. You have no flashes. You're walking around corners straight into crosshairs of guns that look so sharp at the moment. So another added to the tally of SunPayus, and Martinez can lean back. You know, if there's anything else left for Movistar to do today, I think it's still at least just leave us with the best impression you can before maybe taking your departure. And Martinez back on Overpass?
Show us some fight.
Yeah, give us the fight, you know.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
0 kills again.
Yeah, 0 kills
They're coming, Henry. They're
coming. The worst possible start you could ask for. You're 3-0 down, no bomb plants, no kills found. You've just lost 16-2 as well. I don't know what else could happen.
Energy in the Movistar camp has got to be at an all-time low right now.
Yeah, you can see this is do or die now. They're up against ENCE, who are in red-hot form. Don't seem to be missing a single shot so far. It's the first gun round at least. We've got a Martinez AWP, but no helmet to speak of. Makes him very vulnerable and squishy towards those M4s. Alex will try his luck towards middle. A speculative spam through the smoke leads him to just a nade in the face. And it's this flat default here, spread out across the map.
That second smoke in mid is a T-smoke as well, so one of the tools that they wanted to open up with early missed the mark, and it just kind of plumed real deep on their own side of middle, so that's a smoke gone to waste for Movistar. Counter Molotov to negate the timing. And no real information, no real pressure applied early, so Movistar is going to fall once again in to try and take some space and apply some pressure to this A bomb site. But once again, utility is going to slow them down and deny all their ideas.
Yeah, brutal smoke there. Just as you're ready to initiate the attack in toward the A side, you've got 4 players ready for the contact play. Smoked off, and that's what, 15 seconds at least. You're going to have to reconsider your options here. Bomb is on this side of the map as well. We do have one stray Movistar player. That's going to be Alex, showing a bit of presence towards middle, trying to keep the CT's interest in this side of the map. Have a spam through the smoke, and he'll continue the push.
Oh, Diha again, though, is the only defender at this A bomb site.
They're not wasting much time. Diha smoked off from heaven. SunPayus coming back from middle. And it looks like the cross is going to go well enough. The flank, not so much. Alex is dead with nothing to show for it. Sure enough, T's inside of the site. We've got 2 stranded behind Cake, one of which dead quickly. Snappy also now wasting 0 moments, flanking as hot as he chooses to. What a smothering inside of that bomb site. We talk about the smoke going down on long just as they approached. And then you take an eye on ENCE in that moment to think, well, what do they do with that time? We get 2 players pushing bridge. It actually looked like they had alleviated Diha of any help. And within that moment, thinking Diha fell back, it looked like it ended up leading Movistar into a free bomb site. But once they got there, they got nothing else.
We're into the second map now. We're going to round number 5, and Movistar Riders haven't had a single moment to celebrate in this series thus far. It's been scrappy, it's been difficult. They've barely had a bomb plant here, and now up against ENCE, one of their favorite maps as well. You're 4-0 down on what should be a T-sided map.
They've got a kill.
They've got a kill, yeah, that is fair. They've got 1 kill, bro.
Good work, Jason.
Get to round 5.
Good work, you found it.
That's what I'm here for, boys. Nice
Keep your eyes open.
From SunPayus, a follow-up as well. Adam frozen in canals with nowhere to go. And oh, baby.
Okay. Just breathe, guys. You can still recover a 5-on-3. It's possible. It's going to be the MP7. And NertZ, well, he's starting to leave the area. An opening. A rare one, as Mopos will be more than happy to oblige with the first kill. 4 versus 3, still 1 minute 15 on the clock as well. That's another amazing shot from SunPayus there. His 3rd kill in the round. He's just having so much fun right now.
Snappy looking to hold off the site itself. This just connects to the head. And a little creep around jail. There's a chance to isolate Snappy in the time being before his teammates show up. The fact Snappy does damage could very well just take what's left of this away from Just. It's going to be Diha and SunPayus, the 2 hardest hitters back on Overpass, and the 2 players off to the races. No deaths at the moment between them. But there's no bomb either for Just, so where are you going, bucko?
He's got time, and with low HP, he's just trying to get a little bit of a lucky engagement, a timing of where he can potentially drop down into canals.
Like
and
this.
Diha, nice and easy. Diha spots it or hears it at the last possible second, but there's a real chance. It's up against the AWP, so the HP matters less, but SunPayus has been on point.
He really has. 20 seconds remain now. Low HP might not be a factor against the sniper of SunPayus, but he's got pistol in hand. Comes down to this moment. It's the Tech-9 that keeps the streak alive here. An amazing effort from Just. He got a lot out of a little there, but unfortunately, without posting the round, it means almost nothing. No bomb plant down, maximum loss bonus, and again, it's going to be Tech-9's Deagles, more of the same of what we've already described.
And to take it a little bit more seriously, the fact that in the first 4 rounds there's only 1 kill from Movistar means you don't have that situation Overpass where you can actually fight to kind of destroy the economy. There's so much money built up already by ENCE in 5 rounds that even whittling it down to 1 doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Yep. Good effort from Just, but SunPayus, as Hugo mentioned, he'll be in a different choke point at the start of every single round. We saw it on Overpass, and now it's in full demonstration here on Anubis. Another opening frag here as Madden prepares for the onslaught of Tech-9s, which will be coming very soon. Good flashbang. Oh my god, they give up the ghost. They know they're in trouble, and it will be Martinez at least to find a blind kill.
Well, at least now I have an M4 as well, something you can actually fight with.
You can pick up your bomb. You can go join your teammates outside of A. Snappy's hot on the heels, though. Hunting.
And that's what they were doing all Overpass, remember, was like, they were like, oh, okay, we'll test everything. And if you're not here, we're just going to keep pushing up. And we'll just keep pushing up. We'll have fast flanks. We're going to harass you. We're not going to let you have map control. It's going to allow them to cheat a rotation. Smoke goes down just now at B main, which is a nice timing for one of the defenders to shift off. And Diha's playing very passively at the A bomb site, so he's not really in any risk of getting picked off or going down early.
Sit behind the heaven smoke with no problem. Rotators making him feel all the more comfortable, and that one push in. It's enough to get the bomb down by the looks of it, barring a spam. Dia just finds the mark, finds the lineup perfectly, and everybody else canceled out. It is indeed another total flop from the Movistar Riders.
And continue to dominate here on the CT side of Anubis. You can see we've got a packed house here today at the Intercontinental. If you're in Malta, you're watching, get involved. Come down here, say hello. Jason, you might join the crowd at some point today, right?
Yeah, I might. I got one of those big finger foam things that I'm going to wear.
Good for you.
Thanks, man.
It'll suit you well. We can get you maybe a little red nose at the same time.
Great.
Okay, then. Martinez, AWP in Hamburg. Relentless aggression here from the CTs, looking for their second kill of the round. Martinez does take down Snappy all the meanwhile. So a 4-on-4 technically does favor the T side here on Anubis. We've got Adam S in towards A main. Maybe not for long, though. Again, he's changing position. He's absolutely everywhere. You don't want him to be.
And remember that B defense has been Dia playing very passively, like back behind the bomb site. So you're kind of going over there and you're like, all right, maybe I'll find this 1v1 on Dia. And then it's an AWP straight to the dome.
Guys, I think they've been leaving this open.
We've had a lot of space here in the last
Six rounds,
round,
guys. It's been open. I've got the read. And then SunPayus sitting 12-0. Prize into you. So let's see what they can recollect. It looks more of the same. Last round, 3 players walked out A main, got into the bomb site. And again, that's going to be gifted to them.
Yeah, Dihar, though, slowly but surely making his way back in towards A. He still has a smoke and a flashbang as well. If he smokes the choke point at a idyllic time once more, they're in a lot of trouble. And it feels like, yeah, he's about to drop the utility and a flashbang to suggest there's still players here. They need to be careful. But he's low HP as well, so can't necessarily challenge or deny the plant here. Smoke just to avert their gaze from heaven. But they've made their way through. They should be able to take him down, no problem.
Oh, that's awkward.
They saw it. They saw that little glimpse of him. But he doesn't give them anything to pull on. Madden's going to be between the smokes. There's the flank as well from NertZ. He gets canceled out by Martinez. But where there's one flank, there's a second apparently. Talk about a smothering. ENCE have no respect for the other portions of the map. They feel as though they can do anything at anywhere at any time. And they're not wrong.
And that adjustment from Movistar just takes too long. Part of it is a little bit of that smoke that D-HUD drops. They're pretty nervous about things, but I mean, that readjustment into the A bomb site is just, it gives a lot of time over for ENCE to get that flank going. So 7-0, a timeout called. First for Movistar.
We're being attacked.
Somebody's shooting Nerf darts from the players'
Someone's
zone.
shooting us with the foam
being
blasters.
lobbed across the room, dude. Who is that?
I took a headshot there.
It's
early on.
It's the ENCE management.
Oh, they're enjoying themselves.
So we can start talking smack about ENCE. Yeah, like this is a really shoddy Anubis so far.
Watch them lose this round against Pistols. After all that negative energy, after firing foam bullets our way, I wish them the worst of luck now.
Yep, it's all going to go south from here.
Oh my God, I'm sick of saying it. Another half buy here, boys. Chance from Movistar Riders. We'll see if they can do anything here as currently 7-0. AWP as SunPayus repositions once more, this time towards middle. Alex to deal with. It's a very, very slow, methodical approach. The Spaniards waiting for a potential push. The crowd are loving it. And for now, they're waiting to see if an opportunity will present itself. Madden might give it to them, though. Messi spray does lead him to the first kill, no problem. There's no one to trade it out as he retreats and maintain the advantage.
These are the plays that we're running on overpass that ENCE was doing that, like, Movistar just can't stop. And again, like, just getting whittled down. Let's say, look at the minimap now. ENCE is rotated off entirely except for Madden. And it's going to be a 4-man hit through B main. So one of the rare misreads that ENCE have had that's going to weaken things, but it might not even matter at the end of the day.
It hasn't. At times, it's still just, they'll find a way. But right now, it's the Just Tech 9 headshot into AK upgrade. He's got the Kevlar to work with. Martinez can get those fingers to work, plant that bomb. But again, right, no disrespect. But ENCE, they're not scared in any way at any point in any of these moments. You've lost the bomb site. Where's the gun? We've got to be... No, there's no caution. There is nothing other than dominance coming out of ENCE right now. The confidence is boiling over at red-hot temperatures, Energy.
Yeah. We're going into round number 9, and so far they've picked up 2 rounds in this series. We've played a whole map as well, and first one didn't go much better, I'm afraid. This is looking like a 15-0 at this point, and normally you say that about a T side of Anubis.
Oh, he's jinxed it.
Well, I'm not saying I want it necessarily. I don't want to see that. Hopefully, Movistar Riders can actually start delivering at this point because they have got the full buy. The bomb at least got planted here. Again, I would say let's start running the set pieces. These defaults aren't working now. The firepower is too much to contain. As once again, he's found the opening pick. Every single round, it seems like SunPayus helps himself to a frag. But Martinez, he's had enough. He says, no, we're taking the A-bomb side. Finds Diha.
Make the play.
And actually made his way through completely alone. The second kill has been found, and maybe they can do something with this one.
Man, when in doubt, do it your damn self. Martinez is now awkwardly behind ENCE. They've kind of lost track of him.
Well, the bomb is all the way back towards T-spawn, and this is where things get really awkward because SunPayus is going to start pushing. Mopos is in canals looking towards dark. Another kill from Martinez. Good find on Snappy. But still, with the push from SunPayus, he can stop anyone else from joining up with Martinez.
Just sat in between everybody. They've allowed for NertZ to go back around CT spawn, so he's going to be looking to clear out the storage unit to get back into this A site maybe.
If you can't win this round with Martinez having this much impact and influence and taking over the map in this fashion, just call it. Just throw in the towel.
Just call it quits. Just stop now. We'll find out whether Martinez can continue from the 3 kills onwards. Molly on Heaven, and at least storage has been completely cleared. NertZ is going to try to challenge that fire. He offers up half of his health, but that at least gets Martinez to turn attention. Now he's going to try to get back on Con. Missed shot versus his counterpart of SunPayus. SunPayus just comes flying down into the bomb site. No way. With the Tech-9 instant headshot, Alex is dead. Now Mopos flank through B all the way back around middle. There's a real chance he catches one off guard, but both? He sees them drop. They nearly line. He buys time, dives back, and with a Molotov on top of it, now suddenly NertZ's job's that much harder. It's a clutch. It's a Mopos 1v2. It's SunPayus' first death. Dare I say it, it's a silver lining.
Let's say what it really is. It's a Herculean effort from Martinez that you will not be able to replicate very frequently, but that is a round off the back of your star player delivering the goods when you need it most.
Yeah, taking a leaf out of the SunPayus playbook, it seems. Martinez just helps himself to the bomb site, and as Jason said, that is not sustainable. That is not a maneuver you'd actually encourage for your sniper to move in towards A alone and go for that combative style. It certainly works out for them, but we'll see if they can start posting a few rounds here back to back, going through the canals, faster pacing here. I like this. Just make those calls out of spawn right now. You're not winning the duels and the defaults. Try and apply pressure early and see if you can take some control of some prime real estate. Aiming for dark right now. That's going to be a good grenade. Lands on top of Mopos here. They are smoked out for now. NertZ will be joined by Madden, who doesn't last long. That's clean through the smoke. A little bit fortunate for Jasper. We'll take it all day long.
Yeah, but I think if you're Movistar, you got to be in a happy position, right? They just smoked dark. They just smoked main. So that utility, that defensive utility to block the choke points at the B bomb site is going to be running thin later on in the round. So if you're Movistar Riders, you can just kind of play patiently, see if there's going to be any reaction to this pick, and you can just fall right back into the B split.
Ooh. Luckily, there's a pillar there. NertZ hanging on to his angle. Diha's op forward. Again, we already talked about that lack of aggression out of the solo A hold. The Diha op, always a treat.
Is it?
Yeah, it's always a treat.
I was just thinking in my head, I was trying to remember the last time I saw Diha with an AWP.
Far and few between.
Okay.
All right, but check it out. Something to remember. They group up, and he topples Mopos, half health, no second. All right, the first fight ends up costing him. Snappy can't hold the cross either. It's man advantage with a potential bomb plant. And finally, we get Just not being found out by his opponents, but instead getting the better of a flank. When we go back to Overpass, and with what we've seen on Anubis, how few of those lurks around the map from the CTs were ever punished?
They've never had the chance because they haven't been able to have the opening pick to cause those like pushes and rotations and movements.
Again, though, I'm not sure. We'll have to see the replay, but as far as I'm aware, it was just a clean shot through the smoke, a speculative spam through towards Temple. He managed to take down, I think it was Madden at the back of Temple.
Yes.
Let's have a look here. So he did jump up and spot him first. So it was by design at the very least. And yeah, you'll take that. Okay. Second shot. I was
if it happened on that first burst, I would have been like, fair play.
Yeah.
Second one's a little...
I'll stand by my statement of it being a fortunate kill, but still, you take it all day long. 4 players surviving here for Movistar Riders, 2 for ENCE.
And the important thing, too, is after that pick, they played the round pretty darn well.
Yes.
After that, everything looked great for Movistar. And you you could say this too. This is the first time they strung 2 rounds together in this series. They were never able to win 2 in a row back on Overpass, so here we are. And once again, you can be knocking at the doors. Rebuys come out, ENCE's money is starting to get depleted.
Starting. They've definitely got another strong buy here. It'll be a tactical timeout, presumably called by ENCE after giving up a couple in a row. It was an 8-0 start. Doesn't get much better than that, but Movistar Riders starting to frag now, starting to find those opening kills and coordinate these rounds to
I think
find
it's
success.
ever since the foam blaster ammunition was falling around the caster desk at the start of the
I
opening.
do remember a moment where the foam blasters hit the commentary booth and all of a sudden 2 rounds
south.
go against them.
Yeah.
Interesting, to say the very least.
There's another one.
Oh, God, I thought it was coming our direction. Ready for that. To be ready.
Dude, I saw that one hit you in the head. I was sat here. I watched my friend get blasted.
6
IRL dink.
round lead for ENCE, and more mid-aggression coming up. I like this. They ran this a little bit earlier, went for a 1-for-1 trade. Now they see absolutely nothing at the back of mid, but look at the response. Movistar Riders put their foot on the gas. They're going to challenge into dark. Oh, first kill goes the way of NertZ. Nice trade. One more back at the bomb site, and Temple. Reinforcements are now arriving for ENCE.
They're already out as well. They're in the platform. They're here to fight with weapons out. Snappy's pistol in hand. Feeling very confident that Madden's going to support from behind. And he's not wrong. Alex spams the smoke, trying to get the peeks out. Knowing these CTs are back there is one thing. Dealing with it as they swing towards use the other. And look at the fights occurring now, right? Madden decides it's time for a kill. Diha does the same. And just when Movistar Riders thought that they were taking the aggression on their own terms, it feels like they're just baited into what
They had the opening.
ENCE thrive in.
They had the opening there for him. I think that's a cool reaction. And I mean, they even had the fights that they wanted, just couldn't complete, couldn't find that second kill after the 1-for-1 trade. And it all falls apart. Martinez got a long time to try and save this AWP. Bomb is not recoverable. 4 players alive is too much to ask, so he'll park that bad boy in T-spawn.
Yeah, a little bit of a scrappy round, but ends with a convincing victory in the end. I like the pace change from Movistar Riders, just throwing caution to the wind at this point, trying to bulldoze their way in towards these bomb sites. Unfortunately, the crossfire was ready and waiting on the other side, and deal with it no problem. It's Martinez to save the AWP. And in terms of loss bonus built up for Movistar Riders, they're going to get $2,400 per player. So as long as he holds onto the AWP, he can drop an AK as well. They will have a buy going forward, but they are 9-2 down at this stage. That's if he does survive. It looks like he's absolutely fine. CT's just holding position in towards the B site. They've got 3 AK-47s though, and the AWP. It doesn't get much stronger than this.
I think the one thing missing from that hit, from that reaction, we saw Alex get to it a little bit late when his teammates had already gone down, is that spam through the smoke, through the back of like the B bomb site pillar, that main default
from
pillar.
Jail. Yep.
Yeah, where you can kind of do that from jail, and it kind of takes away any of the safety that the CTs might want to scurry into while they're reloading, while they're changing positions, trying to find a new angle. That might have been able to be a little bit helpful, but wasn't actually present. Second time out for Movistar as Blade gets into the conversation emphatically.
Going to have to be some speech at this point. You've lost the first map 16-2. You're on your opponent's pick at this point of Anubis, where they're considered to be one of the world's best. And you've got 2 rounds to speak of here. A few left to be played. I've got the full buy as mentioned, but what's the call at this point? They've tried the pace change, they've tried the executions, and the only really compelling round they've had is when Martinez went gung-ho and fully centered in towards the A side, took matters into his own hands with no teammates around him and started hitting ridiculous shots. Like we said, is not sustainable. We'll see if he can find some form here as he peeks towards dark. And we've got SunPayus once again, aggressive, as you might imagine, in towards A main. Molotov to deny any sort of swing. They're still ready, and it's going to be a little bit of a bait and switch as well. The AK-47 of Diha will take contact and actually be taken down. Lovely shot from Adam S.
Yeah, nice flashbang as well to really take SunPayus off the angle. Timing shot almost landed, but really exposed Diha. So an opening kill. Let's see what Movistar can do with it. Previously in a 5-on-4, they played the round very, very well and took their first victory. They've got another chance here.
See what sort of risks ENCE want to run as well. They pull entirely back from that A play, calling out that Movistar aren't going to scale into A in their absence. And sure enough, SunPayus has found a way to finagle a frag out of the round. And if he goes back in time, he still gets ahead of this execution. The same way Diha is played up towards heaven. SunPayus attempts a peek. Martinez A multi-frag. You brought it up, that's what got them going, and it looks like what they may need again. Bomb responsibilities falls on the others, and this CT side is not one that had already quickly crept behind the exec. There is still quite a bit of distance for these other ENCE players to come in with their retake, but once they get there, sure enough, you've got utility on Madden, you've got a flank as well, currently being held by the Opper, and we'll see which of these three fronts ENCE can actually break through. Snappy finds timing out from the storage peak. Nobody holding him on that. It's the connector play as well from NertZ. Single frag to him, and Adam S a chance to dive back into cover. Dueling with Snappy. He loses, but Martinez, he's got that hold. He's been locked in, and so is Snappy on the defuse behind the cake. It's done. Just when you think they have a chance, ENCE rob it away.
Oh, a little bit of miscommunication on the plant spot. Martinez, that's hard because you know the flashbang comes from boats as well, so he's got to keep his eye on the flank. That's a really tough clutch to win, and that's a really tough situation to swallow if you're Movistar.
And he hits all of the shots required as well. Martinez is playing very well, but as you mentioned, Jason, there's nothing he could do there. It all started with the Adam S pick. They continue in towards the A bomb site with SunPayus picking them off one by one. Madden coming in from the canals as well, and unfortunately, it was a scrappy plant, not for A main, and it will be ENCE posting double digits here. Even though all 5 players went down, they've got plenty of cash, as you might imagine. And we get into a Movistar Riders buy once again. Martinez looking towards Dark this time.
Most of ENCE's aggression hasn't come from Dark, though. They haven't really been peeking it a whole lot. It's come a lot from middle. Some pushes towards the end of A main, but Dark really hasn't been challenged a whole lot by ENCE in any kind of aggressive fashion, mostly stalling it out. Another Molotov will do just that. Mapaz can't beat the timing, and it's going to be a deep smoke towards the end of the flames. And NertZ is going to sit comfortably into the corner.
You're dead on. The only real Dark aggression, one time SunPayus takes the op in that way.
Second
no
smoke
way.
Kill.
Ooh, NertZ may have his hands full.
He's all alone. Gonna back off.
Well, the last time Just found this open and he did convert the round. They're going to pounce on the opportunity, make their way in towards B before the rotations arrive. It's Madden to defend. Swings into the open. Ambitious kill, but it will be a clean round here, but look at things here. They've got 3, 5 versus 2. There's surely nothing that can be done here.
Surely.
Surely.
Little op shot to Alex, but that's about it. All right, so just smoke spam. Seems like that's all you need. But if you're banking on just smoke spams and a Martinez 3K solo play A site, safe to say, not too easy to replicate.
No, not at all. But I mean, fair play. Just has got us the smoke spam twice now.
Yep.
They've won both of those rounds.
Also, for once, I feel like the confidence peaks out of ENCE get entirely shut out. Madden just slaughtered on his push through the smoke. NertZ, who was alone until Madden got there, left to duel off back plat, headshot in that way. Movistar Riders, go ahead, take your third. Fingers crossed, maybe Just shoots through something else next round.
Yeah, call that play again. Go for it.
Why not?
But you're exactly right. I mean, the swinging through smokes after it and just, you know, swinging and saying, I'm going to take this fight, I'm going to take this duel. Nice to see. It's almost like rock bottom confidence.
Right. Now, for me personally, in hindsight, it's like if Madden's going to fly out backside at that point as soon as he gets there, I almost would have preferred NertZ staying inside of Dark and fighting down in canals. If that's the play you're waiting for your rotator to throw out,
that was,
bro, I could have done that myself.
Yeah, that was overconfidence. That was 10-2 lead kind of swing.
NertZ is like, I need help. It gets there. Okay, I need more help.
Madden's like, great, I'm going to run through the smoke. I'm just going to swing.
But here's the boost. Martinez has been performing very well. Nice little flick there to Madden. Opens things up once again here. Another opening advantage for Movistar Riders. They can't hold on to it, however. That's NertZ from the dark room through the smoke that does find the aforementioned sniper. Snappy there trying to transition. He's only got the MP9 to work with here, but a hell of a grenade has been deployed. He can hear the footsteps around him, but has to retreat at this point.
Oh, backs away, still in the smoke, somehow gets one, but I don't think he realized Mapaz has slipped the net. He can wrap around either one of the bomb sites, so he's in control this round. This is where, as Mapaz, you're telling your team to freeze. I've got a flank, I've got the play. Everyone just pause, don't die, wait for me to force action.
Within that timing, though, there is a chance ENCE, raise the red flag.
It is the longest rotation possible, right? So it's a long time for his teammates to sit in the positions they're in and be a little bit nervous about where the aggression is coming from. But he's got one. He's found Diha, who never realized he was in the back line. SunPayus is going to turn, and that now exposes him to danger, but not any longer, because Mapaz goes down a little bit too quickly.
And now what? NertZ is going to get super aggressive top middle. That has certainly been heard. Alex is going to be just locked in waiting for this, but what if NertZ doesn't activate?
Yeah.
At what point do the T's have to make their move? And if he loses Adam S, then it gets from bad to worse. Still, that bomb is kind of floating in limbo, and we touched the 20-second mark with Alex frightened enough to just hold off on door. SunPayus could have hidden A this whole time, guys, but guess what? Rotates to B. And the bomb goes on its own journey into the A site. Cautious, obviously, putting a smoke on his feet. Not quite sure where this last player's at. SunPayus, can you really 1v2 from the other side of the map?
I don't think he can. I'll be honest with you. He's too far removed from the scenario.
There's no money.
Here.
Saving it.
Nice little fake from Adam S. Throws a flashbang in towards B just as SunPayus was rotating in as well. But it will head towards T spawn. Movistar Riders surely done enough at this point, and indeed the save has been called for the final round here. It'll start with the Martinez pick towards middle. Nice little flick towards Madden at this point as well. Snappy gets dropped, and Alex managing to carry the team over the line here as Adam S confirms that penultimate frag. So at least they've got 4 here. It's a T set of Anubis, your opponent's pick. I'm not sure this is going to be enough, but they'll have a massive advantage financially going into this final round here on the T side. CTs will only be getting $1,900 per player. SunPayus can drop an M4A1S on the nose if he has it equipped. Here's $2,900, which he will do.
That's a good teammate there.
Yeah, so sacrifices his utility pretty much here and allows Diha to have a rifle.
You know, it's a T-sided map, so I mean, most teams have been able to post more rounds on the offense than the defense, but I mean, considering the way this has started, 8-0 for ENCE, I mean, Movistar being able to go on this 5-2 run,
sure.
There's an actual silver lining.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll take it. At this stage, Movistar Riders have at least made this one competitive.
Jason, you said 5-2. You're not spoiling the script, are you? It's only 4 rounds so far.
That's a fair point. I did jump the gun a little bit, but I was going off the buy that we have here for ENCE.
Making assumptions. You know what they say about doing that?
Yep.
They have SunPayus ahead of them, and he has only died twice throughout this half. What a monster performance. Shooting for 20 within the first 15. Madden locked into the doorway. Ooh, I thought that little half-ass clear was going to cost them, but Alex manages to continue forward. And let's see what Diha can do on his own. Remember that M4 afforded to him by SunPayus, but it is an entirely empty-handed A play.
That's going to be it, surely. 5 versus 2, MP9 and Deagle on the retake here. Movistar have done enough. They've got their 5 rounds, and like Jason said, a 8-0 deficit to bring it all the way back. It's actually not too bad. At least if they win the pistol, you never know. They might be onto something here. NertZ and Snappy just going through the motions here. There'll be no way they can win it, but they'll give it a good go.
And I mean, just seeing them win duels and confident enough to take duels is a nice thing to see for Movistar. So we'll take what we can get. 5 rounds for Movistar on the offense of Anubis. We're going to switch sides. They got elimination potentially in their future. ENCE looking for the semifinals. We'll be right back.
Katie nails the shot. 3 kills from the captain.
You say you're looking, keep looking for it, but you can't find it. Can't find another one to get around with. You try and try, but never find someone who's mine. Keep looking for it, but you can't find it. Can't find another one to get around with. You try and try, never find another me. something I can hear. Body screaming. You won't admit that you want me close. I know your needs, you know I know. When you're with me, you feel it the most on the low, low, low. You say you're looking, keep looking for it, but you can't find it. Can't find another one to get around with. You try, never find someone who's vibing. Keep looking for it, but you can't find it. Can't find another one to get around with. Try, never find another me.
Welcome back to the quarterfinals, ladies and gentlemen. Movistar Riders down but not out. They find some form toward the tail end of the first half of Anubis, posting 5 rounds. Now that is something to celebrate because it looked like they were going to get nothing done, Connor.
Yes.
8-0 deficit, but they come back and it's basically on the back of Martinez as well, taking matters into his own hands.
I mean, Jason just had that, he had that knowledge ahead of time. What else do you see in that crystal ball between your shoulders?
This is going to be a pistol run won by Movistar Riders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, boo.
Yeah,
Boo, Jason.
the
Don't say that.
dualies are going to get a double kill.
Oh, the old classic bridge to water drop, huh? NertZ blinded, great flashbang. And it's Alex to pick up the kill, but in the meantime, the dark push comes through, so you may have taken long, but you've lost the site itself. And that rotate in through Temple's dead. Snappy holds on the flank, and so the 2 players who pushed out on long, the 2 guys that were looking to get the ball rolling, have instead been popped on the jump back into the site. It's a measly 11 health in a 1v3, and it seems as though that ferociousness through the ENCE drop play didn't even matter that poor NertZ gets blasted over on long. This one's toast.
Yeah, wow, they got deleted from there. Really nice reaction from ENCE on losing control of B main, but just barreling through and being able to address the situation after the fact. 11-5. It only gets tougher from here, and Movistar with this kind of a deficit on your CT side of Anubis, they go for a force buy. It's going to be FAMAS, it's going to be Deagles, and they're going to try and get this one back immediately.
Yeah. There's some scary form here for ENCE. Great communication there. As soon as NertZ goes down and calls are pushing towards B main, they pounce on the opportunity, coordinate themselves to plant for the back of the obelisk. And indeed, it will be another ENCE victory in the pistol. They're up against a force buy, as Jason mentioned. There's a boost in towards middle, as the CTs do their absolute best to hold on here. This round could cost them the tournament. They give it up. They'll be 12-5 down, presumably 13 after the 3rd round, full eco. So it really does come down to this. They can at least find a few kills, make it expensive. That's not a bad start. The double headshot comes through for Anubis, and it's all he can find. Just will drop shortly after as well. Bomb to be planted, and the hype starting to fade away here in round number 17.
Yeah, nice shots with the Deagle. Just can't build anything off of it. I mean, a really powerful reaction from ENCE. They see a double push in towards A main, try and take an advantage in middle. And they do find it and bust right in. Good shot from Madden looking for that exact peak, and Alex has got to back away and save the Galil.
That's what he wants to hold on to, but spotted on the bridge. Second T also exiting back towards River. Top middle push comes behind him. NertZ going to clear him out with that ever so rare MP7 buy.
It's coming back in style, it feels. We're seeing it more and more.
It is at range. I think that it has some legs to stand on,
A little bit of more penetrative power.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was my point, Jason.
Something more accurate than the Mac 10, but a little bit less long range than the Galil. You know, a nice in-between.
Yeah, it chugs a little bit more.
I haven't used it much myself, but just watching it, it seems like it's got a little bit more control than the MP9.
Yeah, I think
you know?
might be onto something there. The fire rate's a bit lower, but the damage is a bit higher.
I might test that out tonight.
Go ahead. May I recommend auto shotties too?
It's a 5-man stack on the full eco. As I mentioned, if you get up that second round, it's likely to be 13-5 here. Initial damage is exchanged. It's Mopos feeling the brunt of it, and here comes SunPayus with his HE. Snappy, a bit of a MAC 10 specialist here, as they will find the opening 3 kills. This 5-man stack has been dealt with in a comfortable manner there, to say the very least. 5 players survive once again for ENCE as they're in touching distance, closing this one out 2-0.
Sorry, Henry, can you repeat how many players were in that B site for the defense?
Stack, Connor.
Yeah, the entire team, right? If only they had tools to work with.
0 kills with that 5-man stack. Yeah, these SMGs just going to work. The damage that was done, I mean, he was going down regardless. It was going to be to Snappy or to that nade, and then obviously no one lets go of W for the rest of the round. 3 rounds away, ENCE from the semifinals.
So yeah, they've got all the guns they need here, an AWP and M4s, but look at the distinct lack of helmets here. The MP7, the MAC 10, the Galila, that's going to shred through the CT defense here. It's a very difficult round to win, but that will help. There's the lack of helmets. And it will be Snappy helping himself once again to the bomb site. You can see this get eviscerated by the SMG if you don't have the protection of the head. So a lot of teams will go for MP9s and utility just to make sure they don't get blasted by the SMGs like that.
The Firewalker, Snappy, runs through the first Molotov, beats the timing on the second Molotov, and that MAC 10 sings.
It's a Snappy special as well. Like, not many players take advantage of the SMGs the way he does. He understands when they've got control of the finances, when he can find those gaps, keep applying the pressure, and just make the rounds incredibly uncomfortable. So, 14-5.
Yeah.
Full save here, as you might imagine, not much to do. They're just going to have to hold on to their weapons. But with this being a bonus round, ENCE can certainly justify a bit of a hunt here. Even if they lose 3 members, just taking down 1 more CT should guarantee this victory.
And the full losing bonus for the Movistar defense, so they'll be getting 3,400, so they can pass and drop weapons over to teammates, so it's not going to be the worst buy in the world. They've got another chance with basically a full kit that they'd want anyways. It's just you've got no more room for mistakes.
You don't sound like you really believe in Movistar's comeback, Jason.
Nope, I sure don't.
I don't think
sorry,
he does.
I had that, you know, just double checking.
Yeah.
All right then, Movistar. One last attempt here, I'm afraid. If you give this one up, it really is over. We're done. And they do have the buy available.
Scrawny, so this is a matchmaking game. Give Movistar one of your speeches.
One of my speeches.
Yeah, give him.
I would say right now, gentlemen, we did not come this far to simply fall. Martinez, you have huge shoes to fill, and you have done so excellently. Nothing actually matters outside of this server in this moment, and this moment will never happen twice. So flash and fight.
And die.
Together we are greater than each of us. Think of the bigger picture. Think of your family at home. Think of the regrets you will feel if you don't fight for 15.
Oh no, well, there's going to be NertZ just negating the smoke there. He's actually in CT spawn already. The bomb's down all the way back at T base, but NertZ behind enemy lines here. I don't see a world where Movistar Riders will detect his presence. They both just bunch up into the A site, hoping. There's a massive mistake from ENCE and just walk into the crossfire, but this has got 15 rounds written all over it.
Tell you what, that speech would have been epic if it was the backdrop was you know, Movistar kills, you know,
yes,
like actually decimating the other.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
I figured if I held it on long enough, maybe we'd get there, but
they didn't participate.
No. So instead, we turn our eyes to what is going to be an actual tournament favorite. Imagine this, guys. Imagine this. A tournament favorite
winning a
that
game.
Doesn't blow their easy opening game.
They've finally done it.
Now that's a Pro League first.
We love to see it.
You know, if enough of those upsets occur ahead of time, right? ENCE has sat here watching them all unfold. They've just realized we can't be in that category of teams. I mean, think about it. We are talking about Snappy, after all, who has played this game for a long time, who, after being 30 years old, finally wins his first Tier 1 trophy this year. He finally gets to taste that victory, right? And now all of a sudden, when you finally break through, oh, by the way, we're changing versions of the game and the entire future is uncertain. But there's one last CSGO trophy to hoist.
And their nemesis, Vitality, they are no longer in the running as well.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the one team that normally shuts them down. I will say G2 waiting in the wings, but still.
G2 or Mouse. Winner of G2 or Mouse, which is the next game of the day, so make sure you're tuned in for that one coming up.
You know, I don't want to, I hate to throw him under the bus here, but like when Twists gets eliminated from the event and then comes out with an interview right after saying like, yeah, it was hard to stay motivated. I've just been thinking about CS2. I don't think that's the case for any of these ENCE players whatsoever. So when FaZe falls to the wayside, that's a different story, right? You know, Matt and Diha, these guys have such a slim taste of victory. NertZ, SunPayus coming from regions that don't really have trophy hoisters until as of late. So yes, don't let this one slip away from you.
Well, oh, a little aggression, but he looks the wrong way. Turns from the flash, didn't expect them to be exactly there. That's a nice nade, lands right between his legs. However, a 5-on-4. And now ENCE can slow it down. Snappy can tell the troops to just calm and look for a reaction. Alex might give it to him.
Yeah, let's go. Could be the final round. Make some noise. Raise the roof as we get into a 5 versus 4. ENCE looking to close things out here. A dominating performance. They've absolutely blown Movistar Riders out of the water here time and time again. Overpass was a nightmare. It didn't get much better here on Anubis. World-class form here from ENCE as they get closer and closer to victory here.
SWAT drop. Do it.
Ooh, while they switch.
Yeah, here we go. USP is out. Double kill.
Let's go.
Bomb on the deck. Martinez trying to keep him alive, and he will continue. Two more in a tough situation. Disgusting sequence from Martinez, but is it enough?
NertZ and Adam S for one potential final round of the Movistar Riders Pro League Season 18 run.
Oh, he couldn't be further away from the plan right now, realizing and with 5 seconds left, there has to be a NertZ will get the bomb down, no problem. And Adam S with the unenviable task of retaking the bomb site against NertZ in championship form. Does it all end here?
Yeah, he reads it. He turns his attention, and as he steps ever closer, it's all shut down. So how poetic that even in this final round of the Movistar Riders run, we get a little more from Martinez, because SunPayus wins this head-to-head, dispatching of his ex-teammates. They said there's no bad blood, and Martinez tried to keep that blood flowing for the